going on? I'm Brent from IC Stars. I'm going to show you around to the instrument side of what we do. Obviously, these are the guitars. I play guitar. We play ESP exclusively. They take care of us. You know, I'm not super technical as far as the things that I'm looking for in the guitar, but as far as like some of the lower strung songs and the heavier songs, we use bigger gauge strings like 12s and 13s to make sure we get that heavy, deep sound that, you know, some of the songs have. And then there's other songs that are, you know, in drop D and more standard like tuning that we'll use, you know, 11s, and it's more about, you know, the performance on the strings and not so much about the shunk. I don't know if that's a word, but that's the way I hear it, I guess. But yeah, this one is, again, pretty standard. I mean, as far as the pickups go, these guys just load them up with EMGs and they just come out the box just ripping, so, you know, I don't have any complaints. And sometimes they'll send me a guitar with a different kind of pickup, and I'll just go for it because, you know, there's an interesting sound to each guitar, and I guess I try to appreciate that for what it's worth. The basses, same thing. The lower strung ones just have super thick strings, so that's real heavy, and it keeps that chunkiness that you kind of hear in some of the heavier songs. Well, actually, we use all of these because we switch tunings 5 times throughout the set. So some of these actually get played 1 time in a set, whereas I think this one gets played like 5 times in a set, just because it's in C. In C, I would say I would call this one the main bass, and then everything else, you know, A sharp, B, and D. You know, there's not all the songs are, you know, in the same tuning. So we'll, you know, come back here in between songs and switch out and just rip them.
Hi, I'm Aiden. I'm Brent's guitar tech. I usually just run everything in the order of the switches that they do. The first 3 or 4 songs of the set are in C, and then they go to A. So we usually just run C, A. This is A sharp. This should be at the end, but that's usually where he likes it, so I'll throw it there. B, A sharp, etc., etc. So usually just run straight down. And
yeah. Black only.
Yeah, obviously black.
Black only. So black and cream only, and gold, of course. Some songs work better next to each other than others, but there's a couple songs that, you know, for instance, A, we do 2 songs in a row in A, and then the A guitar goes to sleep for the night, you know. C, we start off with C, and the first couple songs are in C, and then probably towards the end of the set, we go back to it to finish the last 2 songs. So that's the only one that gets kind of put down and picked back up again throughout the set.
And there's what, 1 song in A sharp?
1 song in A sharp, 2 songs in A, 2 songs in B, 2 songs in D.
1 in standard, and yeah.
That's it. So I'm not really a pedal maniac. Some guys are a lot cooler than me when it comes to this stuff, the bells and whistles. I guess the reason I like it like this is because I like a clean chain, just guitar, couple things, amp, distortion, and let's rock. Like that's how I like it. I don't like to try to get lost in, you know, like really minor changes throughout the set. I feel like that's more for the record. Live, I like to just plug in and just make sure it's red hot and we're jamming. Yeah, so this is the delay pedal, the DD20. You know, just a basic tap tempo. Throughout the set, I'll just come back here and tap out whatever the tempo is to the song and click it on and off, and she's working. And then this is reverb, so, you know, if I want to get a little extra space in a certain part, flick her on and she'll, you know, do something. And obviously the tuner, got to stay in tune, and the wireless thing. And that's it, you know, real clean, just straight to the point. So one of the other things that's a key element in our show is the lights. We've been doing lights for a long time. We have electronic influences in our song, and we thought it was kind of really an important element to bring to the show. And over the years, we kind of started to get knowledge about what does what and what things look like, and expenses, and like I said, over the years we started acquiring things, and now we own all these things, which is nice. For this tour, this is the first tour, we built these frames. I just kind of came up with an idea. I knew the dimensions of these, and how they kind of worked and act together, and came up with the idea to kind of put them through some wood and kind of get them framed up in the back, and you just screw them in one plug and they work, and then they're all linked together so that they're all reacting with one another and changing and kind of morphing colors through the lights. These are actually meant for pixel mapping, so it makes it easy to have colors morph and change and kind of flow and kind of look like, I don't know, a little bit more majestic or something like that. Strobes obviously are a key element. There's 4 of these on this tour, and we just blast them off, just to add the effect of, intensity. The movers are also a very cool thing. They create really bizarre things in the air, especially when there's fog. It's really kind of electrifies them. So, obviously these are all mounted, just real simple, just some wood and some screws, and they don't go anywhere. They have a case that they just come in and out of. So I come from the computer into this one light right here, and then from this light it goes out, in, all the way across to the last light on the other side. And they're also powered by each other, so I just plug in one cable, and then they all just kind of turn on and just work. It's kind of bizarre. I don't know exactly the science behind it, but it helps a lot. Essentially, you press play and the lights kind of follow the songs. This is the first tour I actually took it upon myself to go in and actually map out the songs and design the light show and kind of give it the performance that goes along with the song. And I had to go through and kind of make something for each light and go throughout the entire set. So it was really a lengthy kind of a brutal process. But once it's all done, we're gonna fire it up real quick, Aiden. Once it's all done, it looks like, well, hopefully what you'll see. So this is a program I use called Show Express, and this thing communicates with the LED movers, which is the lights that are in the frames there. And essentially I just create scenes and performances that these lights kind of just do, and throughout the set I just pick a color or an action that I think is appropriate for the part, and just kind of click it into the set, and it just works. But here's a couple examples of what they look like. Rainbows, always cool.
No, it's okay. I just got it something.
Sorry. So, just go through and find colors that work for all the different songs, and I don't know, they just work and look cool, I guess. Thank you guys for checking out the little bit behind the scenes action that most people don't get to see. Hopefully you guys can come check out these lights and see us at a show sometime soon.